Welcome, everyone, to the 1600th episode of the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, so I didn't expect us to do this many Real Whovians today with all this crazy rumors going on. So you want to rehash it, Chris?
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't heard, and again, this is a rumor at this point. It's not.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people, there's a lot of outlets out there saying that Chris Chibnall has been fired.
Right.
And the writer of Kablam is going to be taking over as showrunner for the remainder of for Series 12.
Yeah, that's only because he has his own show in Australia or something, so he's a showrunner there, they're saying.
Right. So along with that rumor is, of course, the following rumor that Jodie Whittaker is leaving and that they have filmed the 14th Doctor Regeneration, potentially.
Right.
So just kind of getting into it, for me, I think this is all bullshit.
Yeah, same here.
I do not believe a word of this. I think this is something that has been blown completely out of proportion. I have tried to find this at the moment.
Yeah, same here.
On many, many sites that I normally go to. News like this is not something that would slip under the radar.
No.
Right.
So if this was legitimate, it would be picked up by multiple places that are all credible. They would have sources. Every site that I've gone on that has even mentioned it are not credible sites. And every time somebody asks for a source, they either say, we don't have one, or they say something like, oh, everybody's reporting this, when the truth is nobody's reporting this.
Because when I did both my hello, whoever, Phil. Yeah, because when I did both my TBD walkabout and the little TBD on, I said this was a rumor.
Hey, Phillip.
It's stressed rumor.
Hello.
So
yeah.
This to me sounds like one of these stories that somebody says something, and then all these other people who saw what this person said go, oh, that sounds real. Let me start talking about it. And then it gets blown out of proportion completely. And then wind up with, some other sites are like, oh, this must be real. But until I see something from some site I normally go on that says like...
Hold on, Phillip has something to say to you, Chris.
Let me just say, but when I initially heard it, I heard it from someone who works in the production of Doctor Who, but he weren't allowed to say nothing. And he said, keep it within this what group I'm in. Keep it within this is what's gone on.
The community.
And not the community, but in the little chat group that I'm in. And I immediately went to Connor, and then obviously from there on, it went everywhere.
We did our cast, and then Freedom did his cast.
I could see something happening where Chibnall has to step away. All right, I mean, this is I could see maybe something happen. He has to step away, and the guy from Kablam steps in to cover him while he's away.
Well, there is factors on this. Wait, there is factors on this.
Well, let me just.
The factors is he did promise Doctor Who every single year for 5 years to these people that they got money from. They did get money from China. They did get money from other sources we weren't aware of. And he made promises that if they give these millions to him, he will have a Doctor Who series every single year. And we did hear that BBC did get sued because it's a violation of contract. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, let me just finish what I was going to say. Okay, I understand that, you hear stuff from production, whatever. But, again, for me, until I see this being reported, I am
That's
not.
right. You're right. You're right, Chris. You're right. I agree with that, Chris. But right now, it's just so much is coming out from left, right, and centre. You don't know what's true at the moment.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that it's impossible or anything. I'm just saying that I feel like this blew up so quickly that it's like we don't even know what's real and what's not. Because I heard several people saying that he didn't get fired, that he walked off the set, and I was like, now the stories are starting to eat each other, and it's like,
right. And I had people coming to me. I had sources coming to me swearing up and down that this never happened. And I'm like, but I'm getting conflicting things. Like, you know, and like we heard, like, oh, Bradley Walsh walked off. What the hell is that? And Jodie quit, and then she was legally obligated to continue, and they threatened, they forced her with her contract. She had to come back, and we don't know. Like, here's the thing: if this just happened today, it's kind of weird how, like this, like all of a sudden today, like if she walked off set. But like less than hours later, she'd be forced to. If this was a sudden thing, then either the regeneration is planned or not. But you can't just film like instantly a regeneration without a story in place. What are you gonna do? Oh, I got shot. Oh, like you can't just do that.
Yeah, but
oh, sorry, Chris. Go on, Chris.
No, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but there was a rumor that the regeneration was already filmed because this had happened a while back, and it's all just coming out now because they've already got everything in place to go forward with it. So that's now we're only hearing it.
So in other words, she was always meant to bow out at the end of this season, because they had friction with the BBC. You're saying?
Yeah, and it's all just being spread through enough now, just so that people are prepared for when the regeneration happens.
But why is it? My question is, and I'm not trying to doubt. I'm not trying to My question is, if the Sun or the Mirror are the first to like run and say, "Oh, this is happening with Doctor Who," I don't hear anything from them. Period. They're not even like looking into this. Why is that though?
Because, as we said, everybody's going on with rumor. You don't really want to print rumor unless you actually got.
But don't they print rumors all the time?
Yeah, they're a tabloid. They're basically a tabloid.
Million times. A million times.
This is a rumor. This isn't like a storyline rumor or something. This is a rumor that's so significant that if they print it and it turns out to be BS, that ruins their credibility.
Plus, it's a knock against their first female.
I see.
Doctor, so they don't want to look bad.
Yeah, like there's a difference between being like in series 12, Jodie Whittaker gets one of her arms cut off and she replaces it with a Cyberman arm, right? Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen. People go, oh well. But saying something like Chibnall got fired and Jodie walked off the set, that's pretty hot, and that's something that really fuck up your credibility.
That's a pretty big thing, especially if they've made comments. Bradley Walsh walked off.
Exactly.
All these, I'm like, wait, like, I'm just like, and it's hard because I have some sources that are like, this is true. Then other sources, and I'm like, I've never seen, when I was trying to tell Phillip I've never seen so many different sources that I have being so opposites. It's like so weird. Like, what is the story here? Is it somewhere mixed in the middle or like what?
I looked it up. I mean, I looked up being fired,
is most of it.
Being fired, and all this stuff. All I was finding was the same stuff that came out the previous year. Like Chibnall's got plans on leaving by 2020 and all that. That's the only things I've been finding whenever I look it up. So it's.
I mean, where's most of this stuff, Phillip? On Twitter?
So I'm like Chris and Phil. Once I hear it officially from a source that I know is true, I'll buy it.
Well, let me ask you a question. You go ahead.
I never heard it from Twitter at all. I only heard it from the group I was in, and then it was all blown up on Twitter. So I'm seeing Twitter in second-hand base, kind of, for me. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, But even if this is all kind of like bumpkin, we can always say that the Doctor Who production is in trouble anyway because they weren't at Comic-Con this year. Unless they're leaving it until October and do it for New York Comic-Con. But then again, you know what I mean? Something's not right with it. Something's not right.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely, because it definitely sounds like something happened, but we're just not getting the whole story at the moment. But we've heard too many stories now about the production not being that good before this.
Yeah.
After a while, you have to start wondering, like, even if you liked Series 11, you have to start wondering, is there something going on that is just not good for this show that's happening?
Being rubbed raw.
You remember when Moffat was, like, at odds with BBC, and the BBC was blaming Moffat for delaying the show, and Moffat said, no, it's the BBC, and they were going back and forth like little thing. Like, don't blame me, it's you, right? And it's like, you took funding from it. It's like, so like, is there like obviously there's some type of fight or something with Chibnall. We heard about that last year. Like, that was a real thing. So like, is stuff still continuing? Because the thing is, I heard, and again, I haven't been able to confirm this, that as far as like, because he's so secretive,
God,
his stuff, like I heard that the BBC wants Doctor Who promoted more to boost it, and he does not want them to release like anything, like action figures, nothing, like a total blockout of the thing. Like, even the stuff that's already been there, like, it's been like pulling teeth for them to get a patang damn Funko Pop. It took forever, just what is the problem? Like, I know that it's weird with him where he allows some people on the set to take pictures for their Twitter, but if you go to use those pictures, you get flagged down. It's like you gotta like be buddies with Chips. It's seriously, there's no casting. He takes them out to lunch. You got to know him to be post a picture. They went to sue Microsoft. They went to sue all these people. The guy that created the sonic screwdriver can't even put that up. The damn calendar. It's been insane. Literally insane. Just covering something, whatever.
You know what's odd about that though, is that as far as it comes to merchandise and stuff, the pictures are a separate thing because Chibnall's obviously in charge of that set. And, he doesn't want things released out there, picture, video-wise. He has the right to do that. As far as stuff as the merchandise and stuff, as far as I know, from production that happens over here anyway, showrunner is not in charge of the merchandise.
Well, over there, he won't even allow Doctor Who magazine to
Again, but again, that's different though. I'm talking about you mentioned action figures, stuff like that. I don't think he has any say with that stuff. That's a separate.
I think he does because I'm going to tell you.
I don't think so because he's part of the show. You got to remember the show and the merchandise are two totally separate divisions.
Chris is right because merchandise belongs to BBC Worldwide. That's nothing to do with the showrunner who runs the show itself.
So who's stopping them from putting merchandise on then?
That would probably be someone in the BBC because they can say they can talk to the ones who produce the merchandise and say, hey, don't release that yet. It's like this, right? I'll use an example here. Let's say they're making a Transformers film, right? Michael Bay is the director of the movie, but he has no say with what Hasbro does. If Hasbro wants to put out toys of every character in the movie, they could go up to Michael Bay and be like, fuck you, we're doing it.
But isn't it completely different over there? Because, again, it's overseas, and it's like Chibnall, he has say over a lot of... Look at Moffat. Moffat had say over spin-offs and stuff, too. Huh?
I can't think it's too much different, though.
I don't know, man. I just... For the life of me, I don't understand how it works with them. And especially don't understand how you delay Doctor Who a whole damn year. And here's the thing. This is a real situation, though. They are getting sued. But why would you go on air and say you're going to do something you're not going to do? Just to get the millions? Because now, Philip, will they have to pay that back? I don't know if you can hear me. Philip.
Sorry, I'm here.
Will they have to pay that money back that they took from these people, these millions that he promised to have a series every year?
Well, put it this way. You go and buy something, right?
Yeah.
In a shop, and they give you a defective item. What do? You
get a refund.
Yeah, there you go.
So they're going to have to pay the millions back?
They're going to have to. Because it's not. Otherwise, that's fraud or that's criminal.
Yeah.
Take on money.
But in this case, these companies are suing them though. They're not even. It's not even like trying to get. Suing them though, aren't they?
But if they're suing them, they're suing them. There's nothing they can do about that. They've got to pay back the money.
I just don't take. And that's another thing. I've never known Doctor Who to do that. They've never taken money from Japan, China or friggin' HBO Max, all these different things. They're getting money everywhere. So you would think that Doctor Who is solid. We got the money, don't worry about it. Yeah, look what they film all over the place now.
Well, then what if they So basically, what you're saying is somewhere along the line, a contract was broken or not fulfilled by somebody or someone, and they're saying, well, you know what, you screwed up here. We're not taking it. We want our money back. We're not satisfied with what you're delivering or giving us.
Because I don't remember the last time somebody was fired from Doctor Who. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, when was the last time someone was fired? Back in the 80s, 90s?
What in regards to what, behind the scenes or in front of the camera?
Like, like that they're working on the show. I mean, like actual fired.
You get lots of firing behind the scenes, but you're not going to hear about them. But in front of the camera,
I mean, still, on this huge scale, it's like.
On this huge scale, if it's true that they fired Chibnall and said, you know what, you're not giving us what we want, and we're not happy with what you're producing, because I read something on Twitter not so long ago that someone said that the BBC looked at the rushes of Series 12 and weren't happy with it, and that's why they fired.
Well, I heard that too, but like again, then you're not happy with the direction of the show, obviously. If you don't like what you see, you think Series 12 sucks. Why are we sugarcoating it? Why are we trying to say nothing's wrong with Series 12? If they're presented a trailer or stuff on Series 12, and this thing that they hated so much they want to fire them or whatever, they obviously think that Series 12 sucks. Like, or they don't like it. They don't like, something's wrong. So what is wrong with Series 12? Because I thought, and I don't know what caused this change, I thought the Cybermen are in it, the Daleks in it, the Sea Devils are in it, the Jejune in it, your mom's in it, freaking the Master's in it. It's like, like who else is in it? 00 Bond, Jane Bond's in it. Unit for Kate Stewart is M for MI6. It's like, what the fuck is happening now? It's like, holy shit.
You know what? I'm not being sexist, but maybe, even if all those things are in it, right, maybe Jodie's doctor just doesn't have the oomph to make
it. Well, why is it her? Here's the thing.
There's a
wait a minute. Why is it her? Why can't it be the scripts?
Because a script can only be as good as the actor can make them. I always said this. No one believes me.
No, I agree with you. Listen. Here's the thing, right? I agree with you. Like, if you get a shitty actor and they can't, perform or whatever, then it sucks. But like this,
look at her faces; it's all the same. Did I break a wet fart or not?
But look at the scripts. Look at the scripts we had last season. They were really like lackluster shit, basically. People who are like newbies or like fucking interns will like write this shit up. They never had any experience. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. So you're saying that, here's the thing now, too. I always wanted them to throw the kitchen sink at her, right? So you're saying now that it couldn't be Tim Chibnall this time, it would be her.
I'm just saying that I don't know. It could be 50-50, the scripts and the fact that she can't, what's the word I'm looking for, project herself enough to be convincing as a doctor. I
mean, she didn't convince me that the frog was a god. I'm sorry. I don't know. It was a little weird for me. I was like, no, that's a frog. Frog level number 9. I'm sorry.
At the end, I kept on expecting to see the frog walk back in the screen with a big old hand in its mouth, and then
it's like, what? What are you saying? No. But seriously, though, this is why it's so. And you know what it is? We don't know how you guys do things over there. That's the problem. We know, okay, they'll do Arrow, 23 episodes, Walking Dead, this, take a break, this, but like all organized, like holy crap, right? There it's like, I think we'll take like a year and a half off, or we'll give you like 5 episodes. Somebody's gonna be in a play. We'll do like a half. It's like what?
But you have to remember your TV and movie schedule structure is a lot bigger than ours. You're a bigger country. You've got lots of money you can throw out.
But wait a minute. When Chibnall's flying them like first class to like freaking Cape Town and shit. Like, partying like rocket. Like, wait a minute. When did they ever go all these places?
Hang on. Can I ask the question? Is Doctor Who still being part funded by you Americans as well as us? Or is it back to us now? Do you remember how
Are we funding you? I'm not funding you. I mean, I don't know.
I could have thought.
I know back in the 80s there was always that PBS Fund Driver thing.
I have no idea. Yeah, I know.
You
had to spend $100, $200 for a mug. Or like a pen.
Oh, wait a minute, Joe. The government just called me. They want to know where you got that mug so they can get about 1,000 more for.
Right. Yeah. All right. Ask the Cybermen where I got this mug. All right. Thank you. As far as that, Philip, I know that there's that China mysteriously that didn't believe in time travel and it's taboo and ghosts and all that stuff and would never have that part of their culture, all of a sudden mysteriously allowed it for Doctor Who and gave them millions. There's that, because then all of a sudden a chain reaction happens and they're allowed to have Avengers Endgame with time travel. It's interesting. But I don't know where else they're getting money. I guess they get money from HBO Max. I mean, they had to have. You know, and that's another thing. Would HBO Max have influence if they gave them so much money over Doctor Who? Sort of like have an influence over the
you might have a point.
Words. Like, would they have influence to change the dynamic of Doctor
Who? You might have a point then, though. You might have a point, because if HBO says we'll take it, but we're not happy with what we got, we want something's changed.
We want a different doctor.
Yeah, different doctor. We want it done differently. That's probably where all the trouble's coming from as well. Could be. That's why you're hearing rumors of
like, hey, we gave you $20 million. You know, we kind of want another doctor. You know what I'm saying? So we want to kind of promote. We want to roll it out when you have a new doctor. Maybe like she would.
You know what we could do? And if this is true that she did, I'm saying if she was true, if this is true, she actually is getting replaced. I mentioned this on the TBD on, as well as the Tulsa Walkabout I did. Film it like they did with Quantum Leap. You just see her. They just have the energy firing out. Stop it there. Just stop it there.
You know they're not going to do it.
I know they're not going to do it.
They're going to have like, this is the 14th Doctor!
Yeah, but at least then that way when they return, they can at least have whoever it is be replaced in that spot. But
what do you have to say, Chris? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I want to know what the executives at HBO are smoking that they want this show.
I know. They gave them money.
You know, I know it was probably because they said, look at how high the ratings are, but I fail to believe that is the only reason. They must know something that we don't, because you don't make
another doctor. They don't want the female doctor to the one.
There's no way that they took Doctor Who knowing that she's the doctor. I'm sorry, but
they knew.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. The ratings are kind of like. This is my opinion. The rating system is a totally different rating system than any other doctors had before. So why don't you go back to the old rating system so we can see what?
Because it'll prove that she was a shitty doctor.
Well, you're right, but here's the thing though. With the current rating system that they're using, right? No matter what it is, it's showing that they're good. So that's probably why HBO was like, sign us up, you know, like.
Right. I'm telling you right now, they gave them a substantial amount of money.
So then why are we? So what are they going to do?
Listen, all I know is. Let me just say one more example. Let me say one example.
Yeah, go on.
Coca-Cola. We did a cast on this. I wasn't aware of this, and then we did a cast on it. Coca-Cola sponsored the Grease live on TV, right? Coca-Cola had them change the song, the lyrics for this production. Coca-Cola also wanted the movie company that had Grease, if it was aired anywhere else, to air a different version of it and kind of like hide the original lyrics, kind of like, you know, just whatever. And you would think, well, how the hell is that possible? That like, you know, they are millions and billion-dollar company, and they change the lyrics where You see kids doing the song because it's like clean and like song, right? But they affected stuff. We're gonna pay for it, but we want this done, and they did it. You changed the whole thing, right? So you mean to tell me that HBO Max doesn't go to BBC, give them money, and not gonna have an influence? There is no way. You don't just get millions of dollars from somebody, and then you're like, thanks, we're just gonna go for. Oh, wait a minute, where you going? Where you going? Wait. We just gave you this. We're gonna give.
So we want you to change the doctor from Jodie Whittaker.
We would suggest to you that when we launch our HBO Max, you give us a new doctor.
Mm-hmm.
We want a dramatic regeneration, and it's sort of like simultaneously just so happens that the doctor regenerates and we have a brand new streaming service and a brand new doctor. We'll carry Series 12.
Yeah.
But it's really going to be, the 14th Doctor is going to be our brand. So it would be really nice. In fact, you know what? Maybe we'll give you like another 10 million. I don't know. Could we do that? Yeah. What do you think?
You can possibly become our next Game of Thrones.
Telling you right now. HBO, there's no Game of Thrones. So let me tell you something. They need something big. They need something big. I'm telling you right now. There is absolutely. And again, with China too. Oh, I bet you better believe they are probably suing the crap out of them if they promised them a show every year and it didn't happen, because they would be the first ones. Because that's all about honor. That's all about honor. That culture is very. You cannot. If you say something, it has to be done. You can't lie to them, because if you lie to them, they'll never deal with you again. Like it's a serious thing. So I believe. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to find out. Basically, I want to know how much they're suing them and everything else, because I don't think it's going to be a simple thing of them paying them back, Phillip. I think it's they're going to pay them back. And they're going to pay them back interest, because there's a penalty thing involved. So, in fact, China would make money with Doctor Who because they screwed them, technically. This is a business contract. You don't just nobody just gives you money for Doctor Who and then like they do it. You don't lie. You can't lie. And the problem with their production is they suck when it comes to production. They can't get that shit out. No matter who they hire, it's always like, can we take a year off? Oh, yeah, sure. Can we take a year and a half off? Can we give you 5 episodes? How much are you going to cut back this show? How is this possible that you did a Doctor Who season with 13 episodes plus a Christmas special, right? Russell T. Davies then did like Torchwood, Sarah Jane, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Three effing shows. Basically 3, okay? No fucking problems whatsoever that we know of, right? 3 fucking shows. Moffat comes to the picture and he's like, I'm doing Sherlock. You know, can we get the budget from Doctor Who for Sherlock? Weird stuff going on. Weird shit. And he did Tintin, and he was in the name, and they're like, oh, we can't really pick on Moffat because Steven Spielberg's talking about him and shit. So it's like all this weird shit going on. So like, how is it? And it's like, oh, we're taking off a year. You can't take off. Like, I don't know where they did. Oh, Chibnall wants to take a vacation. Oh, are you crazy? You can't just leave the show. We're in a social media. Like everything is a short attention span, right? People want their show when it's time, right? And they have to deliver. Walking Dead, October, February. All the time. Never changes. October, February.
24. They initially took breaks. And then when they realized their ratings started, that's when they initially started. But then they decided to go, we'll start in January. Then that way we can have all 24 episodes back to back. We don't do a break. And everybody can catch it.
You had Star Trek Next Generation that had like 24 episodes a friggin' year. A year, right? They started this whole thing with this. Everything got popular with season cliffhangers and shit like that. You have friggin' Arrow, Supergirl, friggin' Legends of Tomorrow, They're all filming. Like October starts, it goes to this. They take a month off, and then they come back. No problem. But why?
They take a month off, but they don't need a damn year. That's right.
Why is it that if Doctor Who only takes 2 weeks to film a damn episode, and supposedly 3 weeks, that was the model thing, 5 weeks total for an episode, right? 3 weeks for special effects. Why is it taking so damn long
Lazy
for
ass.
them that you had to cut the episode count to 10, which BBC was having a heart attack because they wanted that special that they had to have, right? So why is it taking longer to do Doctor Who when they're doing less episodes? Want to know why? Because they're flying them fucking out on first class for fucking like whatever, and they want to enjoy time while they're there. And get the fuck out of here. Like, what's going on here? You're going all these exotic locales, right? They're wasting money. You think that's managing money? They're wasting money left and right. They've never done this, like where they had so much money to go all these exotic places. But where is it in the show? I know you boosted the special effects, but you haven't boosted the writing. Where is it? Where is the money going? And I don't see it because you had shit villains. They didn't have to design any sets. They didn't have to design any crazy fucking costumes because it was shit villains. Fucking tar monster, fucking blanket. I mean, Jesus Christ, a fucking frog. Where the hell is the money? So there's a lot of shit going on, and I'm going to tell you right now.
Come back, but I think he got washed in the...
Listen, if you see an Asian companion, then you know everything's going to be okay with China. I'm telling you right now. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
I was still waiting for that.
I'm sorry.
Honest to God, I was still waiting for that to happen.
And no gimmick doctors. Please don't spin the wheel and like, oh, African-American. Oh, hey, please just do the person that's best for the role. Can we go back to the point where they actually try out for the role? And it's like, and don't block anybody. No men allowed. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anybody could try out for the role, and we'll see what happens. And if they're a great doctor, don't give a shit if they're white or purple or whatever. Like, just let them be a damn doctor right out loud.
For my sake, please let's go off-world now and stop staying at home in suburban.
Definitely. Get off the
freaking road. I can't bear that. Ugh.
And now for my next trick, getting Doctor Who in China and Avengers Endgame. I want Ghostbusters in China too, damn it!
Wait till December, we'll probably hear about it coming out.
Right, soon. We'll see. That's my next trick. But anyway, I don't know, man.
Correction, Thanksgiving. My bad.
We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be doing an everything show about that. So we'll see. But listen, I want Doctor Who to be great. I was gonna say the line great again. I'm not gonna say that. I want it to be awesome. Okay, there's no politics involved. I want Doctor Who to be awesome. I want it to be awesome. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot of problems right now. There's a lot. You know, and these things coming out like that, it's believable because there is
a rumor that he's being canned. It's
a hot mess right now.
Yeah,
it's a hot mess. And you know what? He doesn't come out and talk as much as Moffat did. Which I don't know if that's a smart thing or not.
Which is probably the reason why this rumor was able to come out. Somebody knew he doesn't come out as often, so he's not going to come out and rebut it. So we'll just
Why isn't any like they're not allowed to tweet, right, Philip?
What you mean, like the show? No, not if you're on the show. You're not allowed to.
Like the showrunner can't even tweet, right?
No, I don't.
Chibnall can't tweet. Jodie can't tweet. No, but I know there's strict rules. Because I think somebody talked about they're watching over you, seeing what you're tweeting, what you this. It's like, oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd give my information to probably a friend or family or even an enemy. You tweet this, that way I don't get in trouble.
So tomorrow, Philip, I know it's tomorrow right now for you.
Yeah.
We should have something about this being bullshit or not.
Yeah, well, I mean, today
when you wake up everywhere, it should be like all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, today we just
bullshit story or real story. We're gonna find out.
We'll find out. We'll see whether it's got
less than a day. Less than a day, peeps. Well, I'm gonna say one thing. We continue in a second. It's been a great ride doing 1,600 Real Whovians casts. Probably the most in history. I'm gonna toot my horn for a second there. There would be no 1,600 casts if I didn't love Doctor Who, because you can't do 1,600 casts if you hate something. I love it. I had like I said, on and on. We've had many different people over the years, and I know it's only 1,600 casts, but it is a milestone for me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to say thank you to Scott and Chris and Phillip and Connor and everybody that's been a part of this wonderful journey, having the most podcasts on Doctor Who in history and probably continue to do so. And I just hope that we can have a monumental milestone episode with good news rather than potentially.
Good Doctor has come, and
I mean, I don't know. I just, it's. I don't want it to be negative.
Good Doctor Who news.
Let me check my magic 8-ball. Oh damn! It shattered because it was laughing so.
Now, what really would make my morning and he probably won't do this if Moffat would just tweet a video, just like making like he's looking at the news and start laughing.
God, yes.
I saw the picture of him and he was like chilling out in his backyard in his shorts, ready for his barbecue, like we always joke about his barbecue. And Karen Gillan's like all dressed up, and she's, dude, get dressed up for the woman, like crying out loud. What the hell is wrong with you? I know you're gonna overturn the hot dogs and shit, and you like relax and shorts out and Weeping Angels looking at you and stuff, but like she comes to your house, Amy Pond comes to your house, damn, dressed like a damn showrunner, even though you're not one. God, hell's wrong with him?
Was Matt Smith in tow?
Jesus. Hey, dude, if I knew my major stars coming out of the house, I might even go get a new suit. Come on.
At least a clean shirt.
He didn't even give it.
Clean shirt.
You know what? He's so confident in himself. He's like, I'm Moffat, damn it. I'm doing Dracula. Fuck it. And it's like, wow, man. This guy's amazing.
Instead of the Hoff, it's the Moff.
Right. Jesus. To this day, if I ever go there, I want him to cook me some hot dogs on the grill. It has to be. I want some of that. I'll film that. All right. Hopefully, you will get the news you want tomorrow. And for some of you probably won't. There's going to be some tears or not. I don't know.
It's true.
There's always tomorrow. We'll find out. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Peter Jackson's the new showrunner.
Remember, I always said that I said that Jodie would leave by the end of season 12, and that was me saying it a couple months back. So if she does leave this year, in the next season 12, that was me. See ya.
Well, I mean, one more thing before we go. Like, do we even know if there's a damn New Year's special or what? Like,
well, we don't know because they're yet to finish this season filming. I mean, we won't know until they finish season 12.
Because wasn't there supposed to be a special and then the season? Because the season's late. So we were supposed to have something to give us something because it's not ready. The dollar contract.
Yeah, I see what you mean now.
It has to be New Year's.
It sounds like the name of an episode. The Dollar.
Chaos in Cardiff. What the? All day today, I'm like, what is this shit? Chaos in Cardiff. Holy crap.
There's your Captain Jack River Song episode.
And of all people to report, I didn't see nothing from this side of the mirror. What the frig, man? Get your shit on. Get your shift on, right? What is it? Get your shift. I'll never understand that line. Ever. You could say it to me in different languages.
Get your shift on.
What does that mean?
It means get yourself into gear and come on.
That's a stupid thing. That's a stupid saying, dude. Like, who created that?
Hang on.
No, is that a UK thing? That's a slang?
Yeah, it's a slang, but it's kind of oldish now.
It's old? Yeah, because I never heard of that shit. All right, where are you? I'm a little off here. All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now.